Hi, today let's have a look on this instrument. This is a heavy item, military color. There is a small sticker here. This thing was manufactured by GEC Avionics Limited, control and display unit. There is a part number here. I didn't find anything on internet about this part number, except on the website of Rochester Avionics Archived. It is said that this thing is a part of the Rapier system. I don't know how to pronounce that, maybe Rapier system. On the front there is a large display on the right here, and the keypad. There is an on-off button. There is this key, it seems to be a waypoint and something, I don't know, maybe test, fix, and test, acknowledge, a dim key, ground maybe, or maybe grid, I don't know. There is a change sign, a key, time trip, navigation, enter, hold, align. So this seems probably something for navigation. Let's see on the rear side. On the rear, there are several connectors, 5 actually, 3 on that side, on this protuberant thing. There is another one here, and there is a small one here, probably for power supply. On that side, there is a time-lapse counter, currently 2,230 hours. This is maybe a fuse. Okay, so first let's open this thing to see what is inside. Let's start with that side. Okay, the screws are captive, it seems. Okay, so we have 3 electronic boards. Okay, it seems they are locked. This is a very nice board. This is a CPU board, obviously. So we have this very specific frequency. So this frequency 4.9152 MHz is used generally for baud rate. So this is maybe the clock frequency for the UART interface. And there is a conformal coating on that board. And we can see that we have an aluminum plate here. And this aluminum plate goes below the ICs, so this permits the cooling of the parts. So the microprocessor is a classic ATC31. The code is on that EEPROM here, and I don't recognize the markings of these parts. I will try to find some data sheets of the main parts here. These 3 transistors are probably MOSFETs. The board seems very well designed. So the second board is also a CPU board. Actually, it looks like identical. Yes, it is, except that these 3 parts are not populated. And we can see that this is also a specific frequency 11.059. So normally there is a 2 also on the 4th digit here. So this is a specific frequency for the UART of the ATC31, because there is a clock division by 12. So this permits to have an exact number of classic baud rates. It can be interesting to read the content of the EEPROM, maybe. The last one. The processor is a Intel 8088, and there is a coprocessor here, 8087, for mathematical functions. So this is an EEPROM memory, 8 kilobytes, This thing, I don't know, maybe an SRAM, but I'm not sure. I will try to find the datasheet. So the date code of these parts are 88, 89, 78 for the processor. So here there is a code for the 8088. So we have on this system 3 CPU boards. Each CPU board has a specific task on that system. Okay, there is a flat flex. So let's start with this thing, which seems to be the power supply. Okay, we can see that there is a sub-D connector. So I think it should be possible to remove this thing. Yes, okay. Now this is called on-off and NED module, serial number 121. On that board there are just a few transistors. There are transistors here. No, they are not transistors, they are relays actually. And nothing else, nothing exciting. Okay, so by the way, this is effectively the power supply module. Now, this was manufactured by Pascal Electronics Limited in England. Now, this was manufactured in '89, as you can see. Maybe I need to remove also the screws of the sub-D connector. Oh, look at that. Look at these transistors. I have never seen such package, golden package. Look at that. I try to find a data sheet, but the reference is very obscure. G2068X. Now this was manufactured by International Rectifier, so these are probably MOSFETs. There is another one in the middle here, not the same color. So this is obviously a switch mode power supply. You can see this very nice inductor. I have two others here, they are stacked together. This board has SMD parts, as you can see, and we can recognize here some ferrite beads in the middle. It seems that there is a nice filter on that cover. So this is the power supply input, and effectively, so you can see these two wires, red and black. So this is probably the power supply input. So we can unscrew that connector. Okay, so we have effectively two wires, black and red. Okay, so let's check if there is a connection. So the red is on the top here normally. Oh, this is very weird. Let me see. The black. No, that's very strange. Actually, the red wire of the connector here, this one, is connected to the black wire here. It is connected on the black wire, and the red wire here is connected to the black on that side. This is weird. So I don't know which one is a negative and which one is a positive pin. Okay, we can check if there is maybe a diode. 2 volts and okay, so we have 0.3 volts with a negative. Okay, so effectively the positive is a red wire here, but it corresponds to the black wire if we consider the connections to the bypass filters here. So the red wire is the negative terminal inside here. Okay, I will try to remove on that side the screws. Okay. So there is a second board on the top of this box. It is complicated to remove everything, but I think so. We can see the part here on the left. This IC. This is an LM139. So this is a quad comparator. It is difficult to read the other parts. But you can see that this is an SMD board also. You can see that there are some SMD parts on the solder side of that board. Let's have a look on the display itself. Okay, so I think that the size is metric for these screws. And this is the LCD display. I am surprised to find this board. You can see that we have very nice ICs or transistors. So this is a transistor. This is a GaN TX transistor. This part is a military part and tested. And this is a 2N6796, maybe a MOSFET. We have an ICL 7660. So this is a charge pump, probably to generate a negative voltage for the LCD. And we have an LM117, this is the voltage regulator. And this one, an ICL 7621. And we have an IC, an AM26LS33, so this is maybe a line driver. And we have here, apart from analog devices, an AD595. This is maybe a temperature sensor. And we have something here I didn't see from Racal, a black box. Racal Microelectronic Systems, but it is a mystery part. Well, let's have a look on the keypad. Okay, there is nothing special. I will reassemble everything and I will try to power on this thing. Okay, I have connected this unit to a 28 volts power supply. I am going to turn on the power supply. Okay, so let's see if you have something. Oh yes, okay, but we don't have the backlight. But there is something on the screen. There is an error message, I think, but it is very strange. It seems that we have some missing segments, probably. Maybe this symbol should be a A here, cable, and this I don't know. Okay, we have a fault here. I don't know how to turn off this thing. Okay, we can see different things here. UTM, BNG, pose N, waypoint, target. Okay, and there is a timeout, and this fault message appears. Okay, we don't have anything else than this screen. I think we should have something connected to this unit in order to display something. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.